Always look on the right side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. Welcome everybody to our live episode of Savage Cash. At the moment, Savage Crash, here with me, Superman, your superhero of cryptocurrency, coming to you for the second time today, because I don't think I got through to you really probably the first time. I just wanted to get live, basically. I just wanted to get my own video in. Box Mining did one, Data Dash did one, Crypto Daily did one, so I thought I should do one. However, you know, I've managed to get back before it gets dark. My stomach's full with Christmas dinner, so, because I've had an early Christmas dinner today, if you listen to earlier stream. So now I am back, and what am I back to? My goodness me, another 100 billion has left the market since I went live about 2 hours ago, two and a bit hours ago. 2 hours ago it was going up towards 530 billion. Yesterday at exactly this time it was 636 billion or thereabouts. So 200 billion's gone, peeps. 200 billion has just been wiped. So I'm going to go through why. So in this episode, smash up the likes. Give us a like spike if you literally want to know what's going on. If you can't believe it's finally happened. And also give us a like spike, literally just coming live twice. And also smash that subscribe button if you haven't already to find out my views on cryptocurrency and get the daily news. So, wow, what can I say? This is nothing short of unbelievable. I think there are more words, but I'm trying my hardest to be as upbeat for you guys as possible. So, what's happened? The state of play is that Bitcoin has essentially lost $4,500 in value in the last 24 hours. And following on with it, if this is your first crash, which, you know, if you're a veteran in this space, which really only means you need to have been around about 3 or 4 months, you will be used to crashes. But there's going to be a whole host of people that for the first time are getting their first experience of a correction, and it looks like this insane crash is happening, and that there's blood on the streets. Blood on the streets is essentially all of the red. The red signals blood, the red signals alts and Bitcoin bleeding out. It's bleeding out. 200 billion gone. That is a third. That was an entire third of the market. You know, gone. Where though? Where? Well, essentially, it's not a third of people, it's a third of the wealth. Now, with all kind of wealth structures, it tends to be the 1% controls 99% of the wealth. So the top 1% of people control 99% of the wealth. And lamentably, that is still the case. Now, what is also happening is that the people that are traditionally in the 1% in the fiat structures now want a slice of the pie in cryptocurrency. So I put yesterday that, I put this yesterday, it was this morning actually, that was a pretty good tweet. I put yesterday, this was essentially a coordinated attack by whales, and I still maintain it. Essentially, a big heap of money already... What's going on? A big heap of money is already invested in Bitcoin from whales, okay? They've got a massive... I'm talking silly money here. I'm not talking about kind of even, you know, Bitcoin millionaires money. I'm talking about proper whales, angel investors, people with billions, you know, billionaires, okay? We're talking about these people that just have silly money, right? They can buy, no matter, you know, how, you know, the people who got in really early, they can still buy an insane amount of Bitcoin. And as a result of that, that means they can control what happens to Bitcoin. They can control the price movements. And I think that anybody who has their, you know, their knowledge of how cryptocurrency works will know that as soon as there is a big coordinated sell-off by whales to bring the prices down of major cryptocurrency, then it's going to start off a domino effect where everybody essentially sells, okay? Now, there are two things you can do in this instance. You can either sell into fiat or sell into something like Tether, whilst everything goes down and your cryptocurrency essentially remains the same. Now, Tether has been less of an option actually recently because Tether is one of the main, it's USDT. It's like, it's meant to be like a cryptocurrency for dollar, you know, conversion that doesn't stop, that isn't impacted by cryptocurrency. The Tether stays at pretty much $1 price constantly. It's 1-for-1 with the dollar. That's how it's meant to stay. And because Bitfinex, which were one of the biggest providers of Tether for the market, has banned US customers, and there was a hack on Tether, there's less people using Tether, and this is one of the reasons why Steam dollars went up. But you essentially either cash out and get out of this position so that your money isn't taken down, or you just hold it, okay? So you can either sell it off so that you don't lose either sats or, just altcoin conversion to fiat, and also you just don't lose out generally during this, what's going on right now, which is a huge correction. So like I said, this is a coordinated attack by the whales to bring the prices down so that they can accumulate more of it. They're not going to be happy accumulating Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, IOTA, Ripple, all of these big cryptocurrencies now in the top 10. They're not comfortable at purchasing them at all-time highs. So they essentially in a coordinated way crash the market, and this is where Bitcoin futures is also going to hinder cryptocurrency. They crash the market, which causes a domino effect, which means that people just sell off and then they can buy cheaper Bitcoin, so that when it goes back to $20,000, then they have a much bigger position than the last time it was at $20,000. So essentially this boils down to market manipulation, but it affects everything. If we look down the list today, there's not one green. Not one green anywhere. We're going down. I've not seen one green. Is there one green? No. Yes! Finally! Kin! Which has come from absolutely nowhere. There is one green. Agorist tokens I've never heard of before. So there you are. There you are. Mayor Balach. So across 100 cryptocurrencies in the top 100, 2 are in the green. And they have not been around. I've never ever heard of Agorist tokens. And Kin has just been absolutely nowhere. So, unbelievable. So what we've got today, guys, is we've got shopping day, as I've said already. Let me just see how many of you guys are watching. What are you doing here? Do you want your yellers?
Yeah.
These are I got these for Harry. These are Jake Paul yellers.
Jake Paulers.
Were you watching, Haz?
Sorry, no, phone died.
Oh, the phone died. Okay.
I heard there's one green out of like 100.
Yeah, yeah.
Goodbye.
Abs.
Bye, stream.
So there we are, peeps. That's it.
It's everyday, bro.
Shh. Sake. So there we are, guys. So we've got a massive red day. We've got blood everywhere. We have got a sale day, essentially, peeps. We've got an ability here to basically take a position now. I know there's going to be tons of you out there that are saying, I don't want to, I just want to leave my money in. I don't want to touch anything. But actually, most things are still kind of low compared to Bitcoin prices. Okay, so that means that actually, because Bitcoin's going down with everything else, then there's going to be the ability to buy stuff still at a profit and be able to ride a massive wave when this all dies down, which is going to do. Guys, we've been in this position a ton of times, and what do you think always happens? Essentially, what always happens is it always returns back to the green. There's always a return back to healthier times. But, essentially, you need to be patient during this period. You now need to either just hold, or you should have sold already. Where do I think it's going to go? Well, I think that, we could see Bitcoin. If Bitcoin hits 10,000, then that will be a massive psychological barrier achieved there. It's already breaking barriers all the time. It took a long time to break 15,000, and then when it did, it kind of just, in an accelerated manner, rushed towards the 12,000. In fact, if I just refresh it, let's see what it's like right now. Well, it's gone up a little bit. That's encouraging. So anyway, this did go under $12,000. So it all depends on the support barriers now. It all depends on buyer support. And does the support keep it above 10,000? If it doesn't, then it could all crumble down like the Berlin Wall, basically. And then what we're going to see is we're going to just see loads of people then selling off even more. And then we could go down to who knows. But that's on the assumption that actually, it breaks 10,000, which I never thought would happen again. I knew there would be a correction at some point. It was just getting too much. It was just like, it was just too much of a good thing. It couldn't continue. It couldn't sustain itself. I mean, there was no way it was going to sustain itself. I mean, come on, it couldn't. There had to be a point where the price got massively manipulated and they literally waited till they had enough wealth. It got up to, 18,000, 19,000, I think even $20,000 a Bitcoin. And then that was when the sell-off started happening, and then bang, just in a coordinated way, smashed the market. And now, people are essentially being able to get almost double the Bitcoin they had at 20,000. So that was a very, very intelligent thing to do. Essentially cashing out from the $20,000 in Bitcoin. You can virtually get double now. So that when this goes to 20,000, you will be double rich what you already were. So this is an absolutely beautiful money-making strategy that the whales play, that the big league people that have a ton of money in cryptocurrency can play and harm everybody else. Because what happens is that this causes panic selling, panic buying, and what essentially happens is that people can end up being burnt. So, let's say for instance, right, hypothetically, we came towards the bottom here, right? And somebody sold at 12,000 thinking, well, it could go down to 8,000, so I could buy almost like a quarter back of what I had. So being a quarter more, have a quarter's more Bitcoin. What could happen at that point is it could go from $12,000 to $16,000 in literally the space of hours. And then that person's just obscenely burnt because they have not got the power, the wealth power, to be able to manipulate the market like the whales do. So, newbies and people that are at the bottom of the wealth ladder are the ones that really can get burnt by this whole thing by selling positions. So don't be a weak hand. So what I said in my Twitter earlier is thank you to all the weak hands, essentially the people that are impacted by the market manipulation, and then it makes the price fall like dominoes. I said thank you for the weak hands because it's given a really good opportunity. Look, Ethereum yesterday was nearly $800. Bitcoin Cash was nearly $4,000. It's halved in price. Ripple has stayed relatively profitable still. It's still at 82 cents, given that it's at $12,000. This is great profits, BTC profits, if you held on to your Ripple, which I didn't, unfortunately. I thought I was being smeared. Litecoin is going down towards under $200. So we are seeing a very significant correction. We're seeing prices going back down to a long time ago, really. Or it feels like a long time ago. Dash is under $1,000 now. Jerry Banfield will be relatively happy today. Anyway, Cardano's at 32 cents, having been at 50 cents. So what we're seeing here, I mean, guys, this is basically what you need to learn. With cryptocurrency, what happens is that you get these corrections. So let's say the price goes up. The current market cap goes up about 4 levels. It goes down half a level or 1 level. And then it goes up another 3 levels, goes down maybe 1.5 level, and then goes up another 3 levels. That's what's happening now. The prices that you have seen for some of the top 10 cryptocurrencies and top 100 cryptocurrencies are going to return and then some. What they have demonstrated to you is that they can reach those prices, and now it's a case of you picking your poison, giving another chance essentially for you to buy back in. Okay? Now, it's more attractive than ever to have a Bitcoin right now. If this continues to fall, it'll be even more attractive. But the thing is that you never quite know when the bottom is. Because, already 170 billion went out of the market from yesterday, and now it's fallen even more. And now 30 billion has just gone back in. It's just gone back in. People are buying up. So what you're going to see probably over the next few days is you are going to see prices going up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, they're not going to go constantly up. They're probably not going to go constantly down. You're going to be seeing the market manipulation taking place, the real wealth powers starting to buy back their Bitcoin. And the thing is, right, think about it. They're accumulating. They want to increase their Bitcoin position and possibly Bitcoin Cash position, but mainly Bitcoin position because this is the wealth creator right here. So if they buy at 12,300 and it goes down to 11,000, so what? At least they have bought it at 12,000 because they've taken their money out at its highest or near its highest, put it into something like Tether where the money doesn't go down, and then they can jump back into Bitcoin and buy a lot more than they had before, and therefore make a hell of a lot of money. So whether the price goes down or not from this point onwards, this is still a much better buy. You're buying it about 40% cheaper than you would have been buying it a few days ago. So essentially, this is absolutely brilliant for the people with power and wealth. But on your side, you can now get involved by adding some fiat into the equation and buying it. Buying some and taking a position onto some of these cryptocurrencies that you may have liked. Like, for instance, Bitcoin Cash, which was at 4 grand. This has essentially gone back down near to where it was before it got announced on Coinbase. So you're almost starting from zero. So you've just got to look through these. You know, Lisk hasn't lost an awful lot. There are most of the cryptocurrencies outside of the top 10 haven't lost a great deal. In which case, there is still some places to hedge your money for now. 1,700 people watching, peeps. Congratulations. Smash up the likes, by the way, guys. Smash up the likes. Only 200 likes. That's just not acceptable, peeps. Alejandro, recovering now. It's recovering, but then it'll go back down, guys. I mean, we're on Friday. It's going to be Christmas in the next few days. People are going to be shopping. People aren't necessarily going to be, you know, coming online and trading and stuff. So, you know, there will be recovery periods where it will look, you know, 30 billion has literally gone back into the market. But there's also going to be periods where the money goes down again. You know, when I came live earlier, there was 530 billion and then it lost a whole 100 billion in just 2 hours. So just goes to show you're going to be seeing some toing and froing. But over the course of hours, these are the people with money essentially selling their positions high and buying back down. Right? That's how it happens. So as a newbie, without that kind of influence, just hold, peeps. Just hold. Or try and find a place to hedge your money. A place that people were going to was Steam Dollars, which was $13, and it's halved now, so probably not necessarily the best place to hedge one's money. So let's have a look and see how Tether is doing. See, look, 4 billion. 4 billion, peeps. So you can see essentially what's happening here. You can see where a lot of the money is going, how it's being traded. So there we are, peeps. You can see here. So it's market manipulation at its absolute finest. A lot of people think it's just weak hands and in abundance. It's coming up to Christmas. It's not. It's market manipulation at its finest. And with Bitcoin futures, it enables even greater market manipulation because you've got more bigger players in the actual picture. So let's see what more you guys are saying. But this is buying day, peeps. Think about it. Think about... Thank you, Chris TP. I love you too. Think about this like Christmas sales. Think about it like Black Friday. Okay? Think about it. Look at the prices as if it were Black Friday. Okay? If CoinMarketCap was... you know, what I think we need is we need a cryptocurrency website, a bit like CoinMarketCap, that actually shows you the sale items. So 2 days ago, Bitcoin was at $17,500. Price slashed, now at $12,000. Ethereum was at, you know, $830 or something. Price slashed, $620. Bitcoin Cash was at $4,000. Price slash, now $2,000. So look at it a bit like the Christmas sales. You have got incredible prices compared to where it was. The difference is that because the Bitcoin is also lost a hell of a lot of money, you're actually not profiting in a way. So one of the best ways to do it is to actually use fiat money because that hasn't been diluted by the crash, well, or the correction of Bitcoin. So you can see what you can see essentially what these cryptocurrencies can do. They've shown you over the period of the last few weeks. They have really skyrocketed. So many of these. Stratus went $13. Steam went $4. You know, so I mean, a lot of these have shown you what they can do, and now you know it's a case of you just getting back into them. You know, the whales have given you a chance because everybody's selling off their positions, newbies particularly. Let's have a look and see how Electronium's doing. John McAfee's shout for yesterday. So yesterday it was at 9 cents. When he made the shout, it was at 9 cents. But it's just gone down. It's not really helped it at all. Sorry, John. Sorry, mate. You haven't quite got the Superman effect. Anyway, enough competing with John McAfee Superman. There we are. Any more questions? I've looked at ETN, you spaz. Should I reinvest in co-vesting? Reinvest? That's still at ICO. What are you on about? Let's have a look and see what you guys say. How low will it go? Well, there is the question. It's gone a lot lower than I thought it would. But then at the same time, that's because we had such an incredible rally that it's not a surprise that finally something had to happen where the markets came down. It had to happen. Had to happen. Extra bytes, people shilling extra bytes. I really have no... Extra bytes is one of those shit coins in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I may be wrong. But it was one of those masternode coins that came to the fore at the time of Chaincoin. And I think it's a pile of crap personally. Future of Publica. Well, Publica, as long as they stay relatively unique, that could be good because at the end of the day, real life is trying to replicate its systems in cryptocurrency, and a blockchain for published material, I think is or publishing what am I looking for? Content creators. That is going to be it's good if they stay relatively unique. So Publica could be good. Who are the whales? The whales are the people with large amounts of these major cryptocurrencies, i.e. Bitcoin, and people that have billions. I mean billions. Enigma. Super happy you turn everyone into VeChain. VeChain is a good one, peeps. VeChain's a good one. If you have a look at, people are saying, oh, Superman, you know, extra bytes, so good. No, extra bytes doesn't compare to something like VeChain. So it's just like, I'm never going to be that, you know, that. So anyway, let's get back to it. So peeps, essentially, just ride it out. You could do one of two things. You can just ride it out, do nothing, put the laptop down, enjoy Christmas, peeps, enjoy Christmas. Or you could just keep buying and accumulating some of the ones you wished you'd gotten in that you saw going up hugely and said, oh, I wish I'd gotten in. Oh, was it a good time? No, it's not a good time. I've got to wait for it to correct. Now it's correcting. And it's now recovering. It's going to have its recovery periods. Dash a moment ago was $100 less. $100 is over 1,000 now. Cardano was at 30 cents, now 35 cents. So don't miss your opportunities to keep on accumulating. Neo has lost almost about 2 weeks of growth, where it went from 40s to 70s, nearly 80s, and now it's back down to the 40s. Don't miss your chance, peeps. Don't miss your chance. Been so many good uns. So many good uns. Don't miss out. Dude, miss out. So many to accumulate. Well, that's it, peeps. I think that's it for today. For today's episode of Savage. Second episode of Savage Cash. Smash up the likes, y'all. Smash up the likes. Only 512 likes. Come on. That's just unacceptable. See, man, why do you care about likes so much? I don't know, really. It's just social proof, peeps. That's what it comes down to, social proof. But don't be worried. Ultimately, that is my key message. Do not be worried. It's fine. It will go back. It will return. Always does. Always will. Never worry. I've gone through this so many times. It's not even a joke. The first time it happened, you can see my video. The first time it happened, I had the completely correct mindset, which is buy. Mouth-watering. Buy. Bye. Don't want to be a fool for you. Essentially, you've got to use these sale days while you can, because when they all of a sudden rocket away, again, you will be with egg on your face saying, oh, I missed out on another opportunity. By the way, a lot of people have said, Superman, when's your course coming out? I don't know. Hopefully before the 29th of December, so that you can get in on this ICO that I is talking about. But if I can't get it out on there, if for whatever reason Udemy don't have their approval staff around, then I'll look for some way of incorporating it into one of my existing courses, so that I just tell you anyway. Me bleach. Right, that's it, guys. I think that's it, because I'm not getting... Where's all the questions? Blitz cash. Fuck, who cares about Blitz fucking cash? Right, that's it, peeps. Thank you for joining me today on this Friday Arvo. And I shall see you maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Possibly tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for being here, peeps. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye!